NFL just changed the draft forever, and almost nobody understands how big this is. 2 minutes are gone from the first round clock, but that small cut hits the exact moment when teams are under the most pressure. Trades, last-second calls, surprise picks, all now rushed. And this one move could turn draft night into pure chaos. The NFL just changed the draft forever, and the real impact is not what fans see on TV. It is what happens inside team war rooms. Let's break down what those 2 minutes actually do. In the old setup, 10 minutes gave teams a small cushion. If a shocking pick happened before them, they had time to reset the board, call other teams, and review medical or scouting notes. Now that buffer is almost gone. 8 minutes means one mistake can carry straight into the pick with no recovery time. Think about draft night trades. Most first-round trades are not planned hours before, they happen in real time. A team sees a player falling, another team panics and wants to move up. Phones start ringing. Offers change fast. Picks are swapped, future picks are added, and contracts are discussed. That process already feels rushed at 10 minutes. Now remove 2 minutes from that. You do not just lose time, you lose options. General managers are already adjusting their strategy. Reports from league insiders say teams are preparing more deals ahead of time. They are building, if this happens, we do this, plans before the draft even starts. That means less creativity on the night itself, more preset moves, less freedom to react. And that leads to a big shift. The draft could become less flexible, but more dangerous. Rehook again. The NFL just changed the draft forever, because now teams cannot afford to hesitate. Here is where the pressure spikes. Quarterback decisions. These are the hardest calls in football. Teams spend months scouting, but the final call often comes down to what happens on draft night. If one team takes a quarterback early, it changes the whole board. Another team might panic and reach. That chain reaction now has less time to unfold. 8 minutes means rushed judgment. We have seen teams regret fast decisions before. Now imagine that same pressure with less time to think. This is where mistakes grow. And it is not just about bad picks. It is about missed chances. If a top player starts falling, teams usually have time to move up and grab him. Now that window is tighter. A team might miss the call. Another team might hesitate. The player is gone before they act. This creates a new kind of chaos. Not loud chaos, silent chaos. The kind where teams walk away knowing they almost made the move that could change their future. Let's talk about the broadcast side. The NFL wants a faster show. Viewers today have shorter attention spans. The league knows that. A quicker draft keeps energy high and reduces downtime. But that entertainment gain comes at a cost for teams. What looks smooth on TV is more stressful behind the scenes. War rooms will feel different this year. Coaches, scouts, and executives sit together with boards, screens, and phones. Every second matters. With 8 minutes, there is less time to argue, less time to double-check, and less time to change your mind. The decision chain becomes sharper. Fewer voices, faster calls. That changes power inside teams. The general manager may have more control because there is no time for long debates. Head coaches might push harder for their guy. Scouts might get cut off before finishing their point. The structure of decision-making shifts. Rehook. The NFL just changed the draft forever, and it is now a race against time inside every war room. Now think about agents and players. Agents often work the phones during the draft, trying to place their clients in the best spot. They talk to teams, share info, and guide decisions. With less time, that influence drops. Teams will rely more on their own boards and less on outside input. Players feel it too. Draft night is already intense. Now picks come faster. The wait is shorter, but the uncertainty hits harder. A player who expected to go in a certain range may drop faster than expected because teams did not have time to react. This is where the human side shows up. Careers shift in minutes. Now those minutes are shorter. Let's go deeper into strategy. Teams will likely split their draft board into tighter tiers. Instead of wide groups of players, they will create smaller clusters with clear priorities. That way, when the clock starts, they already know their top options without debate. Another adjustment is communication. Teams will assign specific people to handle calls. One person talks trades, another tracks the board, another confirms the pick. This division of roles becomes critical when time is limited. And then there is technology. Teams already use software to track players and scenarios. Now that software becomes even more important. Quick access to data can save seconds, and seconds now matter more than ever. Rehook again. The NFL just changed the draft forever, and now every second has real value. Let's look at history. The last time the league changed first-round timing was in 2008. That change shaped how teams approach the draft for years. This new cut is the first major shift since then. And it comes at a time when the league is faster in every way. Faster games, faster offense, faster media cycles. The draft is now catching up to that speed. But here is the twist. Faster does not always mean better. There is a real risk that teams will make more conservative choices. When time is short, people avoid risk. They pick safer players, they follow the board instead of chasing upside. That could reduce bold moves in the first round. At the same time, it could create surprise reaches. A team might not have time to fully evaluate a sudden option and just take him. That leads to picks that confuse fans and analysts. Both outcomes are possible: safe picks or shocking picks. That is the new balance. Now think about trade value. With less time, negotiating power shifts. The team on the clock has less leverage because they cannot wait for the perfect offer. They may accept a lower deal just to avoid missing the chance. On the other side, teams trying to trade up must act faster and may overpay. This could change how draft picks are valued across the league. The first round becomes more volatile. Rehook. The NFL just changed the draft forever, and now even the value of picks could shift. Let's bring this back to fans. What will you see? A faster show. Picks will come quicker. There will be less waiting between selections. That means less time for analysis, but more action. You will also see more reactions. Surprising picks, missed trades, confusion. That is part of the appeal. The draft becomes less predictable, and that is exactly what the league wants. Uncertainty keeps people watching. But for teams, this is not entertainment. This is their future. One pick can define a season or even a decade, and now that decision must be made faster than ever. Let's look at a real scenario. A top quarterback starts falling. A team in the middle of the round wants him. They need to trade up. In the past, they had 10 minutes to call, negotiate, and confirm. Now they have 8. 2 minutes might be the difference between getting the deal done or watching another team take him. That is the margin we are talking about. Small on paper, huge in reality. Another scenario. A team is on the clock, their top player is gone, they are split between 2 options. One scout prefers player A, the coach prefers player B. In 10 minutes, they could debate and reach a clear decision. In 8 minutes, they might not. The general manager makes a quick call, the pick is in, that choice sticks. That is how futures change. Rehook again. The NFL just changed the draft forever because now decisions are made under even tighter pressure. So what should we expect in 2026? More pre-planned trades. Teams will line up deals before the draft starts. Faster picks with less delay. More surprises when teams cannot react in time. And more pressure on every decision maker in the room. This is not just a timing change, it is a mindset shift. The draft is no longer about having enough time. It is about using less time better, and the teams that adapt fastest will win. Final rehook. The NFL just changed the draft forever. Not with a new rule about players, not with a change on the field, but with 2 minutes that could decide everything. 8 minutes. That is all they get now. And that is where the real story begins.